All right. I think we'll slowly get started. Um, as you can see, I have a background behind me and I'm trying not to block it, but I also know that it's projecting onto my teeth and the white of my eyes. But it was important to us to share with all of you some of the amazing artwork that we received for uh, our Stand Against Racism this month. And that is what you see behind me and projecting a little bit on my face. And I know that it looks a little strange at times. I'm trying to stay far back, but I'm willing to take it on because the work is so beautiful, and I'm trying not to cover the Black Lives Matter flag being held in my piece of artwork. But with that, let me welcome you all. Thank you, Janet. Janet is appreciating the beauty coming through me of the artwork. So with that, good evening and welcome everybody to our YWCA of Northern New Jersey's 7th Annual Racial Justice Awards. And if for any of you that might be taking photos or sharing any information about the event this evening on social media, please feel free to use the hashtag #StandAgainstRacism. I'm Helen Arcantu. I'm the CEO of the YWCA of Northern New Jersey. And I again would like to thank you for taking the time to join us this evening. And although we are together virtually and not in person, it does not at all diminish the celebration of the outstanding community leaders that we are come together to honor this evening. Our daily work at the YWCA of Northern New Jersey is focused on supporting survivors and those impacted by sexual violence and raising awareness about Healing Space, which is Bergen County's only sexual violence resource center. We also focus on empowering women and girls with the tools that they need to learn and grow about paths to success. We advocate for equality for all people, regardless of age, gender, race, ethnicity, religion, income level, sexual orientation, or disability. We organize and lead in changing culture with initiatives like our Time Is Now Action Coalition to address sexual harassment and assault, to provide enrichment for children and peace of mind for families with our youth services, our childcare, and our camps. And we enhance the health and well-being and self-confidence of the people of all ages and abilities in our community. Tonight, the focus, and the thing about the YWCA is our work is definitely expansive. And tonight we focus on one of the key and core areas of our mission, which is racial justice. Our Racial Justice Awards began in 2014, and we started them as a way to recognize trailblazing individuals and organizations that strive to make a difference in our community, working to eliminate racism, promote peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all people. And I do need to make a shout out to one of our past board presidents, Sonia, who was so key in helping launch this event with me together back in 2014. So grateful to her and the work that we did that now has institutionalized this as a core event for the YWCA of Northern New Jersey. Our very first recipients back in 2014 were Miss Theodora Lacey and the National Coalition of 100 Black Women Bergen Passaic chapter, both whom are still very close and strong friends of the organization we work so closely with. We do host these Racial Justice Awards each year, and we always do them in April in observance of the Stand Against Racism, which is a signature campaign of YWCA USA. And the focus of that campaign is to build community among those who work for racial justice and raise awareness about the negative impact of institutional and structural racism in our communities. We invite each of you to take the stand against racism with us today and every day as we work together to create a more inclusive and just world. As I shared, the YWCA of Northern New Jersey is dedicated to empowering women and eliminating racism. Fulfilling these two colossal missions is deeply intertwined and intersectional, of course. Special events like our Racial Justice Awards are really about taking a moment to celebrate and recognize in the midst of our daily work, which is again facilitating the important and difficult conversations as we strive for equality for all people of every age, every age, gender, race, ethnicity, religion, income level, sexual orientation, and disability. As we all know, it is vitally important that we work together and engage our democracy to protect and advance civil rights in our society, especially for our people and communities of color. In 2021, our Racial Justice Awards honorees are trailblazers and role models. They have been showing that to us through their actions, and the diverse daily work of striving for racial justice. And they really show us what equality looks like. And I'm so honored to share with you tonight's recipients are Jenay Nurse Guilford, Bergen Family Center, Reverend Willard Ashley, and Jaye Wilson. We are incredibly fortunate to have many of our YWCA board members with us tonight to share in the celebration. And they will be announcing the honorees and welcoming them and honoring them. Our YWCA board president, Gretchen Lolis, Hollis Thomas, who's our second vice president, Kedu Fernandez, and Onika Roberts, who are both members at large. Each of them will be presenting, as well as Robin Morsch, I'm sorry. Each of them will be presenting an award to tonight's recipients. We are also so grateful to share the artwork of so many of the amazing students that are participated in our Voices initiative. And that is an opportunity that we offer each year for students to express their feelings around racial justice. Behind me, and actually projecting through me, as we all know, you get to see the artwork of Christine Tiango. She's an 11th grader at Ridgewood High School, and her piece is entitled Colors of New York City. Each of the presenters tonight have a piece of artwork behind them, and so you will get to hear about those as we go through the program tonight. It is my great honor, though, to start this evening's festivities by introducing Julianne Chen from the Lewis F. Cole Middle School in Fort Lee, which I happen to be a graduate of myself, so I feel very honored to have her with us. She will be reading her poem titled Just How It Is.
Hello, I am Julianne Chen, and I will be reading my poem, Just How It Is. You are 5 years old. How many of you questioned when the teacher asked for strong boys to carry the chairs? No one, because it's just how it is. You are 6 years old. Do you question why girls play princesses and boys play with toy cars? No one, because it's just how it is. You are 7 years old. Who questions the phrase, boys are mean to the girls they like? No one, because it's just how it is. You are 8 years old. Does anyone question the classic Disney ending with the prince and princess living happily ever after? No, no one does, because that's just how it is. You are 9 years old. Do you question why all the characters of your favorite cartoons are white? No, of course you don't, because it's just how it is. You are 12 years old. Do you question why girls have to wear makeup? Do you question why it's okay for men to call out at girls and women on the street? Do you question why a Black person can get shot for the same crime a white person would only get fined for? Do you question why your peers bully another child for being openly gay? Do you question any of this? Yes, this time you do. And people respond with, because it's just how it is. You are 13 years old. You don't understand. You question things. Why are women said to be inferior? Why are Black people wrongly persecuted against? Why is it unnatural to be gay? It's not right. It can't be just how it is. You are 14 years old. You still haven't gotten a good answer. You are going to do something about this. You are going to fight for equality, because this can't just be how it is. This has to change.
Wow, and thank you, Julianne. Good evening, and congratulations to all of tonight's honorees. My name is Hollis Thomas. I'm the second vice president of the board of directors for the YWCA Northern New Jersey. But before we begin, I wanted to share the artwork behind me. It's by Sam Cohen, 10th grader from Ridgewood High School, and it's titled, "In Unity, There is Strength." In unity, there is strength. Each year, the Theodora Lacey Racial Justice Award is presented to an individual who has demonstrated exemplary leadership working towards eliminating racism and promoting peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all people. Through dynamic programs and initiatives, Lacey honorees build multi-generational and cross-cultural understanding, acceptance, and inclusion, working toward a more inclusive world for us all. Tonight's Theodora Lacey Award recipient is Jenay Nurse Guilford. So let me tell you a little something about Jenay. She's a senior attorney in public service initiative at Squire Patton Boggs LLP and an adjunct professor at Columbia Law School, where she co-teaches an externship on constitutional rights and capital punishment. As an attorney in public service initiative, Jenay litigates death penalty and federal habeas cases for indigent clients with a focus on vindicating the innocent, remedying purposeful and harmful constitutional violations, and wrongful infliction of the death penalty. Jenay's current clients include men on death row in Texas and in Alabama. Both men have claimed innocence for over 20 years. She also represents a Louisiana man who was sentenced to death at 16 years old and has been incarcerated for 39 years. In 2019, Jenay and her husband co-founded Power of Purpose Incorporated, POP. POP is a mentoring and alternative to incarceration program for youth in the Bronx, New York, Jenay's hometown. POP's mission is to permanently redirect the lives of at-risk youths ages 14 to 18 years old by motivating them to find their purpose. Through an innovative approach, a purposeful immersion in a goal-oriented environment, isolation from negative influences, exposure to higher education, career exploration, and the support of coaches, mentors, and advisors, youth are focused on harnessing the power of their purpose and creating a future free of criminal justice involvement. Wow. She's a member of the National Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers, the Metropolitan Black Bar Association, Jack and Jill of America, Bergen Passaic Chapter, and Bergen County Mocha Moms. Jenay resides in Teaneck, New Jersey, with her husband, William Guilford, and her two children, might I add, gorgeous, Layla and William III. Please join me in congratulating Jenay Nurse Guilford as the 2021 Theodora Lacey Racial Justice Award recipient. Congratulations, Jenay, and thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, Hollis. Thank you, YWCA. I am honored to receive the Theodora Lacey Award in honor of one of my sheroes, Miss Lacey, who is a civil rights activist, educator, and fellow Teaneck resident. I have to start off by saying that I did not choose this work. It chose me. As a young child growing up in the Bronx, New York, my perspective on life was shaped by watching members of my family and my community brutalized by the police and funneled in and out of a criminal justice system that was fundamentally broken. And as a child, I felt helpless against the system. but it was those experiences that became my motivation to go to law school. And when I returned to my community, this time empowered with a law degree, I was prepared not only to fight, but to win against a system that I believe was designed to oppress poor people of color. And as a former public defender who represented children as young as 14 years old, charged as adults, and now as an attorney who represents children and adults on death row, I've seen the effects of systemic racism that continue to permeate our criminal justice system. The fact that African Americans are only 13% of the US population, but 40% of the prison population, that over 40% of people on death row, African Americans, make up that 40%. And it's not because African Americans are committing crimes more than other races. It's because African Americans are more likely to be stopped by the police than white Americans. Once stopped, they are more likely to be arrested. Once arrested, they are more likely to be convicted. And once convicted, they are more likely to experience lengthier prison sentences. And racial discrimination and disparities in the criminal justice system, they are no accidents. Just like extreme police brutality against people of color by the police is not new. But because of police body cam footage and cell phone videos, America now has a front seat to the brutality that people of color have experienced at the hands of law enforcement for decades. And people often see the work that I do and ask, how can I help? Well, I'm here to tell you that we all have a role in eliminating racism. And it's time for us to collectively amplify the power of our voices and demand justice for people of color killed at the hands of police officers. It's time for us to amplify the power of our votes by making sure that we vote in local and national elections and to put people in office who will implement policies designed to end racial disparities in the criminal justice system. It's time for us to amplify the power of our communities and have hard conversations with our children about racism in America and what they can do to stop it. And doing this work is far from easy. And I would not be able to do it without my tribe, my loving family who's all around me today, from my husband who encourages me daily, and my children, Layla and Trey, who are my inspiration, to my mother, who prays for me and instills in me the drive to fight for what's right, to my sister who's there for me day and night, no matter what time I call, to my stepfather and my father, who continue to give me powerful words of wisdom, and to my aunt, to my grandmother, to my cousins. All of them, they listen to me and they encourage me. When I want to give up, they keep me going. Thank you, all of you, for all that you do to help me do this work. Thank you, YWCA, for recognizing my accomplishments and achievements. Let's keep the fight going, guys. We can all do this together.
Wow, you are amazing. Hi, everybody. My name is Robin Morsch. I am a board member, proud board member. I am here tonight to present the Dr. Arnold Brown Racial Justice Award. The artwork behind me is by Angela Lee. She's an 8th grader at the Lewis F. Cole Middle School in Fort Lee. I don't know if you can, I'll get out of the way there. It's very beautiful, amazing. The Dr. Arnold Brown Racial Justice Award recognizes youth activists and youth capacity builders who make a difference in the lives of others while implementing innovative ways to improve society. They also take action in the community through volunteerism, community service, and acts of kindness. and they stand up for a cause or difficult social problem in society to improve the lives of others. Please join me in congratulating Bergen Family Center as the 2021 Dr. Arnold Brown Racial Justice Award recipient. And here to receive the award is Liz Corsini. She's Vice President and Director of Programs. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Robin. I do not know how to follow Jenay, who was just truly inspirational in your words, just remarkable. And I hope that I get a chance to meet you someday. I want to first start by thanking Helen and the entire team at the YWCA for the incredible work that you do across Northern New Jersey to eliminate racism. And I also want to make it very clear, I'm here representing, I am one person of an incredible team of professionals and direct service providers who are working every single day with young people in Englewood, New Jersey. And though Bergen Family Center is a countywide agency, the focused work that we do with youth happens to be in Englewood. And it's really fitting that we are receiving the Dr. Arnold Brown Award because he was from Englewood. He was a civil rights activist from Englewood, and he actually fought to integrate the very schools that we work in every single day. So it means a great deal, and it motivates us to continue to do the work that we do and to continue to stay accountable in an unapologetic way. And what I can say about coming to this work and where we come from this work is Englewood is a very unique and complex city. It is a city that is literally and figuratively divided by a railroad track. Home to some of the wealthiest people in this county. It is also home to some of the most marginalized. And our public schools happen to be populated by Black and brown children who, by nature of being Black and brown, are part of a system who are of oppression and racism and structural racism. And how do we try to combat that? We try to combat that by believing in young people, by helping to build on their strengths, build their capacity to succeed, offering and increasing access to things that they might not otherwise have access to, education, work readiness, giving them skills or working with them to develop their skills and nurture their skills of advocacy. We've seen so much, with the combined trauma of COVID-19 and all the brutal racial violence that we've seen, that our young people are deeply impacted, and our young people deserve an opportunity to live, to grow, and to make a difference the way they want to make a difference. So I want to just say to all of the other honorees, congratulations. And we are working to really recognize and acknowledge structural racism, to recognize white supremacy, and to work against those systems that are keeping our young people down and really building them up. And so I just want to thank all of you, and I hope to meet all of the honorees. And again, thank you to the YW.
Thank you, Liz. That's amazing. I love the investment in our youth, and what you're doing is fantastic. My name is Kay Fernandez, and I am a board member at the YWCA. Good evening. The intricate artwork that you're seeing behind me was created by Sharon Lee, who is a 7th grader at the Lewis F. Cole Middle School in Fort Lee. So I'm honored to present the Pastor Thomas Johnson Award tonight. Pastor Thomas Johnson was a highly sought leader and advisor in our communities. He was a champion for race relations and resolving bias and ethical issues within Ridgewood and the surrounding areas. Pastor Johnson is known for bridging people and communities. This year's 2021 Pastor Thomas Johnson Trailblazer Racial Justice Award recipient is Reverend Willard Walden Christopher Ashley. Let me share some background details about the Reverend, who is the founder and senior pastor of the Abundant Joy Community Church in Jersey City, New Jersey. Reverend Ashley has served for 38 years as a pastor of 4 different congregations. He's a board member at Andover Newton Seminary at Yale Divinity School, board member and faculty at the New Jersey Institute for Training in Psychoanalysis, vice chair of the Bergen County Human Relations Commission, and a New Jersey state certified and nationally certified psychoanalyst. His book, New Rules for Radicals, TNT for Faith-Based Leaders, love that title, is Ashley's fourth book to be published in 2021 by Judson Press. Dr. Ashley has taught multiple graduate and certificate courses. Currently, he's teaching in the Doctor of Social Work program at Rutgers School of Social Work at the New Brunswick campus. Willard Ashley is an anti-racism consultant and trainer, whereby he works to undo racism within systems and organizations. He's also gained national attention as a leader in the Interfaith Community Organization, the ICO, which grew into Jersey City Together. Dr. Ashley is the CEO of Dr. Willard Ashley Sr. LLC in Montclair, New Jersey. Under this umbrella, he conducts webinars, consults, counsels, and coaches. He's also a founding member of Unity with Diversity, a charitable think tank on diversity, race, and racial inequities. He's a founding partner of Mission Unbounded, a consulting company that matches assets with the mission. And Dr. Ashley is a retired professor of pastoral. He's a lifelong New York Yankees fan, go Yankees, and being a father and husband is his joy. Please join me in congratulating the Reverend Ashley as the 2021 Pastor Thomas Johnson Trailblazer Racial Justice Award recipient.
New Jersey sentences more Black people to state prison than any other state in the Union. As my young colleague said in her poem, this just cannot be how it is. New Jersey has a wealth gap of 50-1. As my young colleague said earlier in her poem, this just can't be how it is. Thank you to the leadership of the YWCA. We are better because of your work to eliminate racism. Please know that I am both delighted and grateful for the honor you have bestowed upon me. I accept this award with great humility of spirit and a sense of responsibility to live up to the legacy of Pastor Thomas Johnson. You accomplish racial justice through community and collaboration. Allow me to thank publicly my wife, Tanya Pagan Raggio Ashley, MD, our son, Chris, Serafina, our emotional support Shih Tzu, my 3 sisters, and extended family for their support, love, and affirmation. My heartfelt thanks goes out to New Jersey Together, Jersey City Together, and the People's Institute for Survival and Beyond. Many thanks to the Bergen County Human Relations Commission. It remains my honor to be called pastor by the Abundant Joy Community Church of Jersey City. One cannot begin to tackle the systems that feed racism without people who will stand with you when no one else is willing to do so. Thank you. Anti-racism organizer and co-founder of the People's Institute, Ron Chisholm said, and I quote, "America is undergoing the stages of grief at the thought of the death of racism. America is in the first stages of grief, denial, and anger. COVID-19, George Floyd, January 6th, voter suppression made it challenging at best to remain in denial. Thus, as a result, we see anger, white rage, if you will, violence every day. I join the other award recipients, the YWCA, and all people of goodwill who seek to engage in self-interrogation, dismantle oppressive systems, and become anti-racist. May we move beyond oppression contests, false pride that our acts of bigotry are not as overtly evil as white supremacists, and focus on dismantling racist systems designed only to benefit white people. I close, uncharacteristically short for a Black Baptist preacher, I close with this quote from the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. Again, thank you for this honor, and may God bless you.
Sincere thanks, Reverend Ashley. I really do appreciate that. And congratulations. Good evening, everyone. I am Monica Roberts. I'm board member of the YWCA of Northern New Jersey. Behind me, I'm going to move to the side a bit, on this side, is the artwork created by Ariella Rosado, a seventh grader from Bloomfield Middle School, titled Martin Luther King Jr., a layered cardboard portrait. Our next award, known as the YWCA of Northern New Jersey Racial Justice Award, recognizes those who inspire action and engage community in our democracy to effect positive change. This year's 2021 YWCA of Northern New Jersey award recipient is Jaye Wilson. Founding president of Melanated Moms, as a community health nurse, LPN, for 15 years, working with the marginalized communities, as well as lobbying for change in the state and federal level, she founded #MelanatedMoms in 2017. The purpose is to give moms and women across the melanated spectrum a voice to change the narrative of support in their community. She's built an amazing team to disrupt the silence and stand up for moms who look like them. Jaye has worked tirelessly to build this alongside her two children and strives to leave a legacy for them to continue this throughout their journeys, throughout womanhood, motherhood, and sisterhood. Jaye has reached over 1,000 women through her events and has created a brand name that is trusted for authenticity with connecting women from communities of color while empowering others to find their power and their purpose. Jaye lives and leads a team through Black maternal health crisis through the state of New Jersey. Please join me in welcoming 2021 YWCA of Northern New Jersey Racial Justice Award recipient, Jaye Wilson. Congratulations, Jaye.
Thank you so much. I'm literally trying to blink back tears. This is so amazing. There's so many things I can say and so many people I want to really honor and thank that came before me that gave me the opportunity to see the purpose of this work and to see my purpose in this work. First and foremost, I have to thank my children. My girls, Nadia and Ava, are the reason that I'm even a melanated mom in the first place. They've showed me so much tenacity and drive, and they helped me to understand the purpose of having a community around us to push us forward. When we started Melanated Moms a little less than 4 years ago, I never imagined that we'd be here. We literally started as just a mommy meetup group, meeting on the grass, hanging out with our children. And we quickly grew into this beautiful advocacy space where moms felt comfortable and felt safe. And they also saw themselves as these leaders. And as we continue to grow and build our community, I constantly ask, what brings you back? Like, what makes you want to be a part of what we're doing. What do you tell people what Melanated Moms really means to you? And it's always been the answer that you give us a voice. You show people that we exist. We're constantly silenced and dismissed, and we're tired of it. And you've created this space to not only take away all of those barriers that other people have put on us, but you've made us comfortable enough to take away those barriers from ourselves. So through my time learning and growing with Melanated Moms, I found my own voice. I've also found wonderful friends who turned into family. And I've also found a way to really turn my hard work into something that is hard work, but it's meaningful. I do this in my sleep. I do this when I'm awake. I love what I do. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be here and share all of these experiences with you. Melanated Moms has expanded so much in these 4 years. I can't even imagine where we'll be next year. I want to really thank all of the community that we have, not just here in New Jersey, but all throughout the country and outside of the country. Our women in the UK and Australia, in Bermuda, in Jamaica, in Mexico, and where else are they? In Africa, in India, in Egypt. All of these women, they are proudly wearing their Melanated Moms pins. And these people saw the value and the vision that I didn't even know I had. So I really appreciate you all for seeing me and for seeing the work that Melanated Moms really put out here. Last but not least, I have to absolutely end this by thanking my original Melanated mom, my grandmother. Every day I think about her and I think about how much I wish she was here to see this. But Maytha Lee Bailey is the reason that I understand the purpose of community and how you have to build things around you in order to have good things surround you. So thank you so much for this beautiful award. Thank you for honoring the work that we do. And I'm just so grateful to continue to be in this space. Thank you.
Jay, that was beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm Gretchen, and I'm the president of the board of the YWCA. And I am so blown away by all the inspiration and amazing things that have been said here tonight. I just want to thank, on behalf of the board of directors and as board president, I want to personally congratulate tonight's Racial Justice Award honorees. Through your work, you are paving the way to a brighter and more inclusive future for all. We are so grateful for the time and commitment you put forth in your fight to end racism and create a more fair and just world. Thank you so much. And now I would like to ask Helen to give us a few closing remarks.
Hi, everybody. Oh my goodness, I know I'm glowing with my artwork again. I'm every day such a proud CEO of this organization, but this event in particular is so amazing, inspiring, and emotional. I know for so many of us, and I like so many of you I know have been texting and writing too, just fighting back tears just of joy and pride, and honor and respect for all of the honorees, and so grateful for your comments and your words. I want to just take a moment to thank, we have some guests, first of all, everyone who joined us this evening. Again, I know it's been a year, so you would think we would be comfortable and used to, doing everything virtually. I do look forward to the days where we can be together and, giving each other hugs and standing, side by side, in person. But it really means a lot to our mission. It means a lot to the people of color in our community. It means a lot to the honorees. It means a lot that we all took the time to be here together this evening. So thank you so much for putting it and making it a priority in your day. I also would like to just mention and thank Assemblywoman Valerie Vanieri Huddle has joined us this evening. And also I noted that we have Councilwoman Jervon Romney Rice on, as well as Councilwoman Lauren Dayton on. So I thank them for making the time also to be with us this evening for this event. And I also do need to take a moment to thank our team at the YWCA of Northern New Jersey. We're a small but mighty group for sure. And without the work, the tremendous efforts to put this event together, and a very special shout out to Jessica Monaco Copel, to Lori Murray, and to Christy Sabins, who really were the heart and soul of bringing this event together. Thank you to all of our team at the YWCA for the work they do every single day. So many of them have joined us tonight. And of course, our board members, not only the ones who were part of this event to honor, for our honorees, but also those that are joined us and as participants. We thank them for taking the time, and also all the volunteer hours and commitment that they've made to our organization. We also want to let you all know that in addition to the beautiful awards that each of the honorees received, and we got to see a little bit, some of them were sharing them, we also want to thank our Bergen County Board of Commissioners for presenting our honorees, each of them with a certificate of commendation. And we thank them for that as well. And so with that, we know that the work around racial justice is very hard every day. And we also know that it's absolutely worth the effort. And this year, we know in particular, this past year, that we've seen the importance of us all standing together, shoulder to shoulder. We have witnessed so much tragedy. We have witnessed so much divisiveness in the year of 2020 that has passed us. And unfortunately, since, days that are right before this one as well. But we also have seen our communities and individuals come together, and we have seen moments of positivity and of change and of hope. And today and tonight, there was so much hope, starting with Julianne and her amazing poem, which, I was so wonderful to hear. And then for Reverend Ashley to bring it into his comments as well. There is hope. We know that if we work together, if we stand shoulder to shoulder, that this is something that we all, does not matter what our race is, does not matter how we identify, but what does matter is that we stand together to create a brighter and more inclusive future for all together. So with that, we want to conclude this evening's event, and we do, as always, continue our call to action and our call to each of you to stand against racism, to stand with the YWCA of Northern New Jersey. Again, this is our work that we do every day at the YWCA, and we could not do it and cannot do it without you. Please be sure to stay connected. And there's many ways that you can do that. Obviously, social media is one of them, to make sure that you're following us. Make sure that you can put your email address here into the chat. We can add you to our mailing list. There's so many events and so many action alerts and so many opportunities for you to get engaged. And we hope that you take the time to do that. Let me also just say and encourage you, for any of you who have not taken our 21-day challenge, we encourage you to do that. It's an opportunity for everyone in our community to create space and dedicated time to build effective social justice habits, particularly in those around issues of race, power, and privilege and leadership. Participants will get for 21 days an email that presents them with an article, listening to a podcast, reflecting on a personal experience. It's important for you to take the time to do the 21-day challenge and to share that link with the people in your life, the groups that you're involved with, the individuals that you are connected to. We need more people to understand race, power, and privilege. We need people to understand the historic roots of racism. We need people to understand so that we can eliminate it together. I also encourage you on Thursdays to join us on our Facebook Live platform, YWTV, when we share the mic now with Black women in our community. It is our opportunity to amplify the voices of so many wonderful women and share their stories and make them and bring them, into a larger community and share their experiences, their struggles, and their successes, and how their lives have been impacted by race. We do believe that education, and we do believe that our stories are going to be key in activating and engaging our community in our mission of eliminating racism. So we encourage you to not only watch Share the Mic yourself, but to actually be part of the sharing process. And after you watch them, share them with people in your life and within your networks and your community. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. For all the honorees, if you can just for a moment put your cameras on and hold up your awards, we would love to be able to take a photo with you to honor you. And Reverend, I think your pup should be in the photo too.
Yeah, she is. Hold on.
And big kisses to your beautiful bride. I have a special place for her in my heart too. The award. All right, do we have what we need to take our photos?
I might have to get my dog because my award is with Mitch. So
All dogs,
Uh-oh.
all dogs, welcome.
All right, everyone, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Perfect.
Well, thank you again. And I guess I don't have to say safe travels home since hopefully most of you are there. But, big virtual hugs until we can be together to give them in person. My gratitude to all of our honorees for the amazing work that they do in the community, and look forward to being with you together again. Until then, please all stay safe. And thank you all for being with us this evening. Good night.
Thank you so much.